The UK has seen a huge spike in COVID cases, with 50% more on Wednesday than a week earlier, while hospitalisations and deaths have also risen sharply. New figures show that 67,159 people tested positive for the virus in the past 24 hours, compared to 44,017 last Wednesday, according to UK COVID-19 stats. Thesis an increase of 52%. According to the same site, a total of 123 people have died in the past 24 hours from COVID after testing positive in the past 28 days, up from 74 this time last week, which is a 66% increase in deaths. The rises come following Freedom Day in the UK at the end of February, with the government having laid out plans for the country to start living with COVID in abandoning restrictions. Government figures show 346,059 people tested positive for coronavirus between March 3 and March 9, an increase of 46.4% compared to the previous 7-day period, reported Yorkshire Live. Restrictions were eased at the end of February. Image Bloomberg via Getty Images. According to the gov.uk website, 11,639 people were in hospital with COVID on March 8, with 275 patients requiring a mechanical ventilator. The worrying figures come just weeks before the government plans to scrap free lateral flow tests for most people on April 1. Free PCR tests will also not be available to people with coronavirus symptoms as the government implements its Living with COVID plan. People over the age of 75 and those with weakened immune systems will still be eligible for free lateral flow tests. Free testing will also be available for social care workers and NHS staff with symptoms. The government may scrap all COVID travel restrictions within days under new plans being discussed by ministers. Boris Johnson's plan is for the country to live with COVID. Image AFP via Getty Images. While the passenger locator form has been simplified, it remains a requirement for people heading back to the UK from holidays and could be removed completely. Traveling has become more straightforward in recent months for people who have been vaccinated, and they no longer need to take COVID tests before departure and then in their return to the UK. And also under discussion for ministers will be the possible removal of the testing requirements for the unvaccinated. Most read. Princess Diana's wedding dress designer was horrified when she saw gown on big day. Pasha Lee dead. Ukrainian actor who quit to sign up for country's defense is killed. Meghan Markle photo spotted in pride of place in Charles and Camilla's home. The removal of the passenger locator form could be a boost for the tourism industry ahead of the Easter holidays, which is reportedly the aim of Transport Secretary Grant Shapps. The forms were introduced 2 years ago as a means of tracking infections and went into significant detail at a time when travelers had to quarantine on their return to the UK. Currently, the form is a lot more simple and requires people's address, contact number and flight details. Read more. Cost of filling family hatchback soars to £90 as Ukraine invasion triggers oil crisis. Read more. All COVID travel restrictions could be removed within days by ministers.